Well, hello, how y'all doing? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for returning. This right here, I am making what you can call it a broccoli casserole or broccoli beef casserole. I tell you something. When I was in the U.S. Navy, I was stationed in Charleston, South Carolina on the USS Santa Barbara, okay? And we had lunch one time. It was this dish that they had served, and it was broccoli, onions, mushrooms, roast beef, and it had this gravy, this beef gravy with black pepper and everything, like a casserole. They served it with some biscuits, like some rolls. Man, I fell in love with that, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to come home. I'm going to make that dish. And that was back in 1994, okay? And ever since then, I fell in love. So that's what I'm doing. The lady who made the dish, she said she calls it a beef broccoli casserole. So that's what we're going to call it, a beef broccoli casserole. So what I'm doing right here is I'm just sauteing some onions. Is what I'm doing in this skillet right here. And the skillet behind it, right here, well, the pot behind it, I have some broccoli boiling right here. You can steam it, boil it, whatever you want to do. So, let me show you how it's done. Now, what I did here is took a can of Del Monte fresh cut stems and pieces of mushrooms right here. I drained this can right here. Actually, I have two cans. Take it and you're just going to drain the juice off the top of it. So you're going to have all these darn mushrooms in here. This is the second can. The first can I have right here, of course, has already been drained, as you can see. Yep, I already drained that. And you can also use fresh mushrooms, but I'm trying to make shortcuts because it's Sunday. And the sister got to get up and go to work tomorrow. So I'm just trying to do this the shortcut way. But yeah, get your mushrooms, whether fresh or canned. But drain your canned mushrooms. Now here, what I did was I took the strained mushrooms and I put it in, mixing it in, folded it in with the onions here. My sauteed onions. And I'm just going to add like a little bit more black pepper, some garlic, salt in this right here. Just a little bit more. I don't want it too overly salty, but just a little black pepper and garlic salt. Now that broccoli is starting to boil some, you can also steam it or you can put it in the microwave for a while, but just make sure that your broccoli is cooked because after so long, this is all going to go in the oven. So that's why I rather cook it on top of the stove first. So now I have some roast beef right here. I'm about ready to cut this roast beef up. You can cut it up you can keep it like this if you want to, but I always cut mine up real good. It don't have to be like little small pieces, just enough so it won't be too big of pieces inside your casserole. Okay, now my roast beef is cut up. Now, if you want to do this with chicken, make sure you get you some good deli chicken, cut up nice and thin, and you're going to get you some chicken gravy, okay? But I'm doing this with roast beef, so that's why I'm using beef gravy. It's right here. So we're going to go ahead and put this all together once this broccoli is good and steamed up. And on another note, yesterday when me and my husband went to the grocery store, we brought these broccoli crowns. These were just like the top of the broccoli. we didn't want like the stem of the broccoli for this particular dish. Although I'll eat the stem, okay, but not for this dish. You want to buy broccoli crowns. So they had, I think it was like $1.20 for a pound or something. So we brought like 8 broccoli crowns for this particular dish. So yeah, because the broccoli, once it's nice and steamed and cooked, it's going to kind of break apart by itself. But you do not want a whole bunch of stems inside your casserole at all. Now my broccoli is nice and done. Now I'm just going to just throw this in the strainer right here. Yep, let that drain. That's how you do that there. Make sure it's drained really well. So what I did was put everything inside of my mixing bowl here. My meat, my broccoli, my sauteed onions and mushrooms, and I poured my 2 jars of beef gravy inside of my big mixing bowl, folding it over. Yes, indeedy. I'm going to put it inside of my casserole dish here. Now, I had a big old pretty blue casserole dish. It broke. I had that thing for years. My mother had brought it for me. And it broke. Glass. Yeah. I have another glass one, but I don't think it's big enough. So I have to go buy me another glass big casserole dish. Yeah. So once I get this right here, in this dish right here, I'm going to just sprinkle the top of this with some black pepper. So this is right here is about to go in the oven. And again, I'm about to sprinkle the top of this with some black pepper. And I'm going to tell you what I have to put on the side of this. I mentioned it earlier. It makes it taste even better. Boom. These right here. These Hawaiian sweet rolls. Once it's right here, it's nice and all cooked together. Oh my God, it is so delicious. So yeah, these nice little honey rolls right here with this dish. It is so delicious. It's in the oven at 350 degrees. Well, that's in the oven. I usually clean while that's cooking because I can't stand a mess. I tell you, I can't stand a mess. I also clean my sink out right after I cook and use it and stuff, and you know, I use my Lysol. Oh, do not be playing, honey, because it's too much mess going on and stuff be passed around. I don't need nothing else going on with me, I tell you. Okay, on 350 at about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, it's going to come out steaming hot just like this. It's already done, you know what I'm saying? But when you put um the beef gravy in there, it kind of makes everything kind of like come together after you bake it on a preheated oven for on about 350. So I'm going to serve this with my King Hawaiian buns. It's going to be so delish. Bon appetit.